Hello guys, it is Madison and
Grandma!
And we are going to be making cake pops. We already made the cake, as you can see.
We made the cake according to the box instructions.
We're going to make cute little chick cake pops and cute little sheep cake pops. So now you're wondering, how do you get all of that orange color? How do you get all of that yellow? How do you get all of that yellow color on the chick? So what you're going to need to use, you're going to get candy melts. And the candy melts are going to be flavored vanilla, so don't worry. And for the sheep, you might be thinking, well, how come the head's black and the body's white? You're going to be using black candy melts. But for the the fluffiness, you're going to be using pearls, sugar pearls.
We've got our cake cooled, and now we're going to cut our cake into 4
slices.
Woo! There it is, popping right out of the pan.
Then for the cute little chickie's feet, you're going to use some sprinkles for the beak and the feet. Then you're going to need some edible markers for eyes and stuff. Then you're also going to need lolly sticks.
Okay, as you can see, I've cut the cake into 4
direct slices. So how we're going to do this is you're going to put a piece.
There's one.
You're going to put that inside of our mixing bowl.
Well, first of all, we need to crumble the cake. To crumble the cake, we take it and we just go like this. Can you see that? It's just crumbling away.
And there shouldn't be any big chunks of cake.
Right, you just move with your hands. You go like that. Just like Madison. See her doing that? And our cake is crumbled.
It should look like this.
Crumble cake.
Next, you can add some. Where's that? One of the frost.
Oh, let me go get it out.
You crumble the cake like that, and then you have buttercream frosting that goes with the vanilla cake. So there's that buttercream. No, it's actually cream cheese frosting. Why did I say buttercream? So
now, Madison, we want to decide before we do this. A quarter of a cake makes a dozen, 12 cake pops. Do we want to just make 12 today? If we do, then we just put a quarter of the frosting in.
Yes, let's do that, and then we'll do the rest later.
And what we can do with our cake, our additional cake squares can be frozen and pulled out at any time later to make the others. So since we're just first starting this, we're going to do a dozen or 12 at a time. So we've got our quarter of our cake nicely crumbled. Now Madison's going to add 1/4 of cream cheese frosting. And so that would be 4 ounces because it's a 16-ounce can. So we're going to take a 1/4 cup.
You can see it. A quarter cup and scoop it up. How many times?
Just one. We can always get it out. We probably shouldn't be using this large knife to show people. Scoop it out with a spatula.
Or a knife.
I think we might take a little more.
And then you're going to need to take a little bit more. Not.
I'm going to get a spatula. Teeny spatula that we have there. It's pretty big. So it's a spatula, goes in so we can get everything out. Okay, Okay, we can close up our additional frosting because that we can put in the refrigerator for when we make
And
our
that's
next one.
all you need.
So I can put these in the...
We're gonna need. How are we gonna mix this?
Well, I'm going to read the directions. Then add the frosting and mix with a large spoon until the frosting absorbs into the cake and disappears. Using the back of the spoon is a quick way to make sure the two are thoroughly combined. Okay, so we have the two in there. We'll both use a spoon.
And you mix.
And we want to mix them around.
And then this is to get the cake to strongly ball together.
And then we can take our spoons.
Oh no. Yeah.
And see, I'm going back like this with the two spoons. That helps to combine it more easily. You can do that with flour and margarine, just like you're creating a pastry.
Should I do it with the candy melt?
Not yet, because I think we have to freeze this stuff. Okay, now Madison can show you what this looks like. Crumbled cake mix with frosting can easily be rolled by hand into round balls. It can also be molded into oval, rectangular, or triangular shapes. Subtle changes in shape can turn a Christmas tree into a bunny. You'll find that decorating with different add-ons and candles. Here's a guide to the most common used shapes. So we want to make chicks, and it says the most common shape on a chick is round. So we're going to get out some wax paper.
Ta-da!
Or foil.
Whatever.
Since we have foil, that's what we're going to use.
Alright.
Now Madison's going to set the foil down.
You have my phone cast. So as you can see, the foil is set down over here. So, yes, and she is mixing extra over.
Just making sure we're mixed.
So we're gonna have the camera point over here for now because of this.
You can roll these or you can shape them with your hand
So
in a
now
ball.
she's gonna show them. Since I have my thumb cast, it's gonna be hard for me to roll, so I am gonna roll. But here we go.
There's a
And
roll. This looks like a good sized cake ball.
a little bit bigger. I don't think that small. So now we're gonna put our attention back over here, and we're gonna make them not too big. Not too
And
big.
of course, we washed our hands right before we started. You want to make sure you
Wait,
all...
do you let these dry?
Yeah. We'll continue on when we finish with this. We'll read the instructions on how long they need to sit.
All right. So
I'm sentencing you to 2 weeks to scary duty.
No, it's unfair.
Interrupting,
again, unbelievable.
take him away. See that he's properly outfitted.
So we're making our balls.
it doesn't look like we're actually making a dozen. Looks like
Now
we're
gonna have
just.
to see how many we get. 3, 6, 9. Well, we made them bigger than they should be then, I guess.
Whatever.
So we probably get one more out of it. That kind of small. I think I'll combine this with this guy. Okay. Now, there we have We have 9. We're going to wash our hands and get all this off our hands.
I kind of don't want to do the cake balling part because of my thumb cast. It's kind of hard. Alright, so we have our cake balls. You can see here. They are very cute. Our next step is to take our lolly sticks we have. You can get them like this tall or like this short. I prefer the tall ones because they are a bit more easier than the real short ones. And these ones are just perfect for them. Yes, someone is jamming to music down there. So you have your cake sticks. So you have those. These are our next step. Our next step after that is to take our candy melts and do a couple at a time. And you do a couple at a time and melt them in a microwave. But if it's too thick, just add a bit of vegetable oil to make them looser, and then you like stab the stick into the cake balls and you dip it into the bowl. So yeah, that's how you're gonna do it. So, oh yes. What is our next step, Grandma?
Well, we want to take the color that we've chosen.
We are going to
tell
start
them what
with-
color we're doing.
We're doing yellow, which is actually vanilla flavored. And the black ones are vanilla flavored too, but these are for the sheep. We'll get to that later on. We're doing the chicks first. So you're going to open up your candy melts, and that's what they look like. Safe microwavable bowl. And you're gonna do like 5 or 6. So you're gonna do
Microwavable dish.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then now, maybe I should do a couple more.
I think that's a good idea.
Like 2 more, like 3, 2 more. Then you're gonna add those in, and there you go. Now you're gonna put that in. Whoa! They're all flying everywhere.
To microwave, which we're going to do, melt candy coating in a microwave safe bowl. Microwave on medium power 30-second intervals, stirring in between. Repeat until coating is completely melted. Okay.
Alright, so we're gonna stop it. So you're gonna stop at 15 seconds, take it out, stir it, put it back in, and leave it. Right?
Right. Get your spoon out to stir.
Get your mixing spoon. So now we're gonna, the microwave's right here. So I know you can't see here. This. Alright. Oh, we forgot to. Dang it. Is it hot?
Too soon. Not ready. Going to do it again. Put them in a little longer.
They're starting to get there. You see my spoon is already a little liquidated. The frosting, if you're going to ask why do you need frosting, you can't just regular crump the balls. Well, if you do this, it's not as strong. It's not as strong as you would think it was. Let's try to stop it right now.
Anytime you want to stop it, just open it.
Is it hot? Alright, this is what it is, and I'm going to start mixing. Yeah, and they're starting to melt real good. And if it's...
Oh, they're going to sleep.
Alright, we'll be right back. Alright, and we're back. So, we were gone, I was stirring it.
And I'm putting the sticks in.
Maybe we should keep like... Alright, so we're going to have to melt... Next time we learn something, we should melt a little bit more.
Oops.
Because we just didn't melt as much, and it's not as strong right now, so we're going to add a tad of vegetable oil, Not as much. You're going to add a tad. So just like
Teensy peensy.
a drop.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yep.
That's good. And that's going to loosen it up so it isn't as thick as it is. Kind of reminds me of egg yolk. So now we're going to go put it back in there and remelt it so there's more. Maybe we'll have like... Because then we have to dip all those in and blah, 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 blah. Crazy, right? So here, Grandma, I got it.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna go put this back into the microwave for approximately rest of the time. So I'm gonna take it out at 20 seconds. So we just stand over here. And ooh, that's hot. So I'm just gonna keep on mixing. We're gonna start getting the cooking mitt out, since your hand's probably gonna get burned. So let me get my mitt out, which would be over here. Why can I not find this? Here we go. Get my cooking mitt on. And we're gonna put this back in. Alright. Kind of looked weird. But I have my cooking mitt on. And I use it to grab it out. Still is getting a little thick, so you're going to need some vegetable oil. And Grandma, do you mind getting it out for me?
What am I getting out? I'm sorry, I was reading about the dipping process.
You're going to take it out, and it's probably real hot, so...
Works better for me to do two, one on each side.
Alright, so anyways, we now have our mixing, and we're now mixing it. Alright.
It's looking good.
Now we're just going to add another tad of vegetable oil.
No, I think you're good.
Okay, you scared me. So, alright, so now we're going to start dipping. Right, Grandma?
Yes, the mixture.
Oh, no, Grandma, I don't think you put the sticks in
You're correct,
yet.
you don't.
So, we're just going to drop the cake ball. Can I do it?
The mixture should be moist enough to roll a ball and still hold a round shape. After rolling the cake balls by hand, place them on a wax-covered baking sheet. Cover the plastic and chill for several hours in the refrigerator or freezer 15 minutes.
Okay,
you want
freezer.
the balls to be firm but not frozen. Remove the baking sheet from the refrigerator or freezer and begin shaping the cake into balls into cupcakes, then chilled ball and roll it.
Alright.
Place the cupcake shape ball.
This kinda looks like
upside up on the wax
cheese.
paper, cover and shape. Nail with the
Mustard
marionette ball.
and pretzel dip cheese. It has that cheese color. So can we put it in the freezer for 15 minutes?
Yep.
So, Grandma, you did not follow directions.
Yeah. Bad grandma.
Woo! Yes, you were not supposed to put the sticks on the cake balls. Whoops, accidental. Accidentally. Ooh, they're going crazy.
Alrighty.
Alright, so we will be back in a couple minutes to bring back out the cake balls. And I hope you enjoyed this part of the video. The video's not in, and we'll be back again.